Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to episode 2 of this third season of the Realistic RTG. Apologies in advance for this video being slightly late. Life, apologies in advance for the chainsaws in the background. Neighbours are getting trees cut down. Life, but it's either I don't record at all and you get no video, or I record and you get some video slightly late. So, the main port of call at the very beginning is that. We had quite the contentious comment section in the last episode, and it was very split. The controversial bid for Samson Tavide from Dortmund 2, and that's probably the crucial aspect. It's the second team in Dortmund that have bid for the player, not the main club. Traditionally, I'm informed that in real life, there's not that much of a jump between Dortmund 2 and Dortmund in real life. Also, Dortmund 2 tends to not really spend that sort of money. Their transfer record fee is about somewhere between 350 and 550,000 pounds/euro. So the general consensus is this specific deal for Samson Tavide, reject. Now that's not to say that we're not going to get another bid for Samson Tavide from a more obvious club to sell to in the run-up to the league season. We obviously have a decently busy first month, and we'll be heading probably to transfer deadline day today, unless of course things get a little bit punchy for us throughout the course of the episode. I might split it into two. I am in Germany Wednesday and Thursday and have family commitments on Tuesday, so I'm trying to get as much recorded today Monday as I can. So what we might do is video today Monday, no video Tuesday, video Wednesday, no video Thursday, video Friday, and I'll upload over the weekend, Saturday and Sunday, to make up for no Tuesday or Thursday. That's my current plan. So as we push forward here, our financial situation sits as follows. We put £1.5 million from the transfer budget into the wage budget to free up extra wage budget funds, which obviously will put more of a financial strain on the club longer term, but it's what's needed right now to bulk out what is still a small squad. I want 2 centre-backs still, 1 permanent preferably, 1 loan at least. We do want a striker, whether that be a loanee or a permanent, not yet sure. And I would also like a backup winger. Now, I am leaning towards actually buying someone that got relegated from this division last year in that backup winger spot. That being 66 rated Armando Dobra from Chesterfield. Not too much of a jump from Chesterfield to Bradford. He's obviously got some pace, quite a lot of pace, and very agile as well. Stamina's decent too. Excellent with regards to his dribbling and his finishing for the level. Short passing can be trained. I think Armando Dobra, who played well against us both times we had Chesterfield last season, is probably, for the price, especially if I can get him a little bit cheaper, a bit of a no-brainer for that particular role. So Dobra is going to be signed here if I can get him in. Based on real-life performances, I'm actually quite keen on Josh Stokes as well, who's currently on loan at Cambridge IRL. He looks decent too. Crossing is obviously quite redundant in the current gameplay mode, or gameplay model. So the fact that he's got good ball control, good dribbling, good passing and good finishing definitely speaks volumes for him. Although he would be available for free at the end of the season. So maybe we'll leave him there now and we sign him next year well, regardless of whether we do or don't, make it to the Championship for next season. With regards to centre-back positions, there are a lot of options. Some permanent, some free agent, some potential loan. And as of yet, I'm really not sure what to do. With regards to loan, we could go for Tommy Smith from our parent club Middlesbrough, who is down as a right back, but 73 jumping, 6'1", not very quick, good in the tackle, good in the air. That's a centre-back to me. So I might look to loan Tommy Smith. There's also a striker from Middlesbrough we could look to loan as well, who you guys quite rightly said in the comment section was probably a more go-to option with them being our parent club as well. That being Darren Yappy, the American, who's quick and can finish and good ball control and dribbling as well. That would obviously be a backup loan, but he could do a job. So we have one main striker. We have a backup striker with the guy we signed on a free last time out, Jack Mannion. And now we might well look to loan someone else in. We've had a bid here from Anesi. I can never remember. We figured out how to pronounce it, and then I forgot how to pronounce it again. It's Anes, I think. Anesi. Regardless, no. You've signed a couple of players on pre-contracts, but you're not having him permanently. We want him to stay in the starting lineup. Thank you. We are looking to loan out Sebastian Corbyn, but not to Brescia in Italy. That's not a realistic destination for him. Similarly, that's not going to be a realistic destination to Cittadella for Jay Barber either, who is actually currently my backup right back, so I wouldn't necessarily be looking to let him go. We will head now to the first game of the new League One season. It's Blackpool, who are a decent side away from home. We still have Tavide up top for the time being. The side looks very familiar, other than, of course, Fitzwater in at centre-back. We do now have Moylan on the bench as well as Matthews as our backup keeper. So this is the sort of fixture we were winning last year. It's the sort of fixture we want to win this year as well. If we can keep hold of Tavide, we're buzzing. But obviously we will sell if the right deal comes in and the realistic deal comes in. Had it been Dortmund, the first team, I wouldn't have even put it to a vote. I'd have just done it. But with it being the second side and the realistic background of what they do transfer-wise, I think it's the right call to have rejected that particular bid. And the most thumbs-up comments in the comment section of the last episode agreed to that end. Let me say thank you to those who are on the board behind me, that being Dan Fraser, Connor FB Edits, and AJ Miller for your continued support in the comment section. Thank you very much indeed. Just going to power through now. Try and get as much done today as we possibly can. Drop the video a like. Subscribe to the channel so you don't miss out on any more. The new season of The Journeyman has started over on the second channel, so check that out today too. We have moved clubs, but where? No spoilers here yet. Right then. Blackpool away. Blackpool in a 4-4-2. Abdullah Bar on the left-hand side is making his debut after a recent move from Sunderland. Kader Ahmed in goal. 72 rated Algerian youth prospect goalkeeper. Don't know if he's a regen of anyone. I presume, I can't think of any world-class or remotely half-decent Algerian goalkeepers off the top of my head. I'm sure there is a couple that have slipped my mind, but just the one debut for us in Fitzwater at centre-back. That was a terrible cross. And hopefully he can keep a clean sheet on debut. Sam Walker in goal has obviously grown. It's not a great header from Tavide. So he's still our number one goalkeeper at 65 rated, and will be until next season at least, I would have thought. We are firmly now, having had such a successful first season at this level, aiming for playoffs as a minimum this year. It's loose from them. Good header. Inside early. Tavide with Tommy Lee out wide. He's around the corner nicely. And in here to Bobby Poynton, who will drop the shoulder. And Poynton continues to finish like Bobby Poynton. That's probably why we've seen minimal interest in him so far in this save, despite his creative abilities. He just can't finish. Apart from that one goal last year. Oh, picked off by Halliday and done well. Look for Tavide. Poynton's the obvious. That inside forward role. We'll see him drift more centrally though, but he's on a hell of a run. Please, Bobby. Oh my lord! We are continually training Bobby Poynton's finishing. He's just still not there yet. Could have been 2-0. If only Bobby could finish. My God, man. He's Kouassi. Flint probably fouled him, actually. Yeah, advantage played. But a little bit fancy. This is working itself about nicely. Kyle Joseph. Morgan, the 1-2. Sam, you are better than that, mate. That's an atrocious attempted save. I have no idea what that animation is. But that is straight at him, and he's played pat cake with thin air, and we're 1-0 down. It's not a great effort. Not struck particularly firmly, not struck particularly accurately, but the goalkeeper is just washing windows. Poynton, Tommy Lee, Doyle Hayes, bit of space. Go on then. Chest it down. I wanted to try and volley that. Rory McCall? Rory McCall! Ahmed with the save. Wow, I didn't expect McCall to have quite such a keen shot on him, but it's come in, fired towards goal very well indeed, but it's saved equally impressively. Halliday with the throw. Get off me. No foul given, apparently. Tommy Lee, in front of Doyle Hayes. Not much room. They're getting a bit ambitious with their slide tackle, I'll tell you that much. Doyle Hayes. Tavide's there. Penn. A push in the back. He caught his foot as he was trying to play the pass, and I think a push in the back as well. And the referee's pointing to the spot. James Husband steps in, catches the man, doesn't get the ball, slightly delayed. Not dive to the floor, but fall to the floor. Tommy Lee is the man on Pens. And Tommy Lee, hopefully, will bring us back level here. And does. Game on. Go and get it. 1-1 with a better side, and now we're level. Willian Fitzwater. No clean sheet on debut for him, but he has been very solid thus far. Poynton looking for Tavide. It will find Samson, who's in now, and this will be quite the turnaround. But their goalkeeper's bloody good. There might not be any truly world-class Algerian goalkeepers in world football, but this kid, if he keeps playing like this for the rest of his career, certainly will become one. Doyle Hayes looking for Poynton. Poynton with the runner. Tavide's in and onside, and now we lead. And that's why we need to keep that man at the club if we can. Turned it around. Good. Kouassi. Blackpool want parity back again. Is Apter. It's a good turn. Carl Joseph. Forced an error from the goalkeeper. Oh, what about... Oh, Sam. All right, he's made up for it. He might have conceded a dodgy first, but he's pulled out an unbelievable save to deny them a second, Sam Walker. This is quite the opening game to the season, isn't it? If they're all this entertaining for the rest of the year, then we're in for A, hopefully a very strong league finish again, and B, well, worth the watch. In the corner to Odor here. Patterson is on this right-hand side now for Bobby Poynton. Odor loves to get forward. Tavide too. Never mind, we're going to keep it in play. Not a great ball, not a bad one. Tavide! This goalkeeper is sensational. If we are even remotely close to having someone 72 rated by this point next year, I think I've already found our Sam Walker replacement on just this one performance alone. He's insane. Loads of space for... Oh, never mind. Patterson out on this right-hand side was the vision I had. Back out to Patterson. Oh, and Tavide's in the middle on his... Or he was on his own. Then they reacted accordingly. They haven't this time. Ahmed's too good. Ahmed is just too high a quality goalkeeper to concede multiple goals today. Just the two. Could have had 10. The amount of chances we've had in this game. See Tyrek right at the back post. It's him we'll look for. It's him we'll find. Touch is good. Churn is good. Acceleration is good. But if anything too good, taking him straight into a defender. Do not concede now, Ches. Beasley inside. Sonny Carey off the bench. And Q well in Fitz. Proving to be worth the free agent purchase with just that one tackle at the end and the one tackle that he put in at the beginning as well. A winning start to the new League One season. The march towards the Championship begins well. The emails have a bid for Tommy Lee from Cardiff City. Now, if his were last season, that would have been accepted. Cardiff City finished bottom of the Championship last year and were not very impressive in the manner in which they tried to stay in that division. So at the moment, I think we'll be rejecting that. Cardiff, how did they go on the opening day of their season? They drew 1-1 with Burton. I'm rejecting that. I feel confident enough. Wow, let's see what the rest of their squad looks like, Cardiff. Because you anticipate them not being too sensational if they got relegated last year. Centre mid, they have still Aaron Ramsey at 71 rated but can't move. A 74 rated David Turnbull. A 73 rated Alex Robertson. 65 Joel Colwill. Ryan Wintle 70. Renamoto 68. Siopis 72. Eli King 66. No. Tommy Lee, Ruben Colwill 72 would be like 4th or 5th choice. I am well within my rights and quite frankly I'm happy to reject that bid from Cardiff City for Tommy Lee. Tommy stays. And I think I'd like to hope that he'd be happy to continue to start for us rather than not play for Cardiff City. Next game is a Carabao Cup game against Walsall. Obviously, Competition we're not putting any focus on at this moment in time. If we get through, great. If we don't, never mind. We do get through, great. Who scored our 2 goals in regulation time? A brace for Moylan on his debut. That bodes well, doesn't it? Pleased with that. Very pleased with that. Do we get any prize money for winning the first round of the Carabao Cup? EFL Cup, £5,000. Hooray! Well, I would like to get another centre-back through the door before we go to the game against Plymouth. Now, who that centre-back is still hangs in the balance. We don't really want to replace Flint or Fitzwater in the starting lineup. So going out for like an Alfie Dorrington loan or an Emmanuel Adebayoga loan doesn't make sense given the nature of the current capability of the squad. Signing someone like Connolly on a free would make sense. Can play in multiple positions and can play CDM actually, which could be very important as an alternative to Rory McCall. And the fact that that covers 2 positions, not necessarily 3 because I don't really think I'd play him at right back, but certainly centre back and CDM in one player, I think I'm happy to do that. He's only asking for important because the game's looking at nothing more than overall rating. We would be able to negotiate the fact that he would be a rotation player at the club. That's not a problem whatsoever. That's fine. A 3-year deal, I think, protects us and him. Gives him a little bit of job security. Gives us the fact that keeps his resale value up should we want to move him on at any point. I don't think we will look to move him on at any point. You're not having a £240,000 bonus, that's for sure, for clean sheets. You can have £7,500 a week and £65,000 as a signing on fee. Signed. Connolly joins, £7,500 a week, £65,000 signing bonus. We have another centre-back at the club. And, crucially, another CDM too. Interesting Bobby Poynton now from Cardiff City as well. Quite happy to reject that bid also. Bobby might not be able to finish, but he's certainly our homegrown talent. The one of our own of this particular save. Plymouth up next is a game that I don't know whether I'd be happy to sim or not, actually. That's my career, not calendar. I saw the C and dived in. So, Plymouth, it's at home. I should probably sim the home one and play the aways. We've got Carabao Cup football again against another League 2 side there. We'll play Wrexham away and we'll sim the 2 homers, I think, for the rest of the episode. And then we'll get to transfer deadline day today is the plan. I am going to go out and try and sign Armando Dobra here and now, I think. I would like to bring Dobra into the club as my backup winger. There are higher rated options available to us, but at the moment, he's the one that fits the bill for the backup. And he's actually grown to 67 now, which is slightly frustrating because that means his valuation has gone up. I should have done it at the beginning of the episode, but that just proves that he's a player that is going to grow and hopefully will be very, very good indeed for us longer term. And how much have I got left in my transfer budget before I start throwing money around? 2.3 million. Not a problem whatsoever. We'll start at 900 grand and see if they'll negotiate. No, they won't negotiate. But that's because they're quite happy to accept 900 grand. He's on £11,000 a week at Chesterfield. Probably offer him about what he's on. He'll come in. He'll want important, but to be fair, important is fine, technically, isn't it? It's crucial where they want to start every week. An important role is probably okay because he's going to play quite a lot of football with substitute appearances and cup football, etc. 11 grand a week. Armando Dobra in from Chesterfield for the level. That's a very good rotation option, isn't it? Next game is at home against Plymouth in the league. New signing Connolly in at CDM to start this one. I have made another signing that you've not seen because I had to do it with the editor because the game doesn't register League One as a viable loan destination for anyone in the Championship because logic. So we've loaned in Jaden Warner from Norwich for a year. 63 rated centre-back will offer us good squad rotation options in cup football, etc. Also going to give Armando Dobra his first start here out on the right-hand side for this particular fixture. George Lapsley's drafted into the midfield as well as we look to continue our winning starts to the league season. Thank you, Tommy Lee, for the goal just before the hour mark. That is back-to-back wins for us in this division so far this year. Wrexham, the next destination for us. They're in the relegation zone at the moment. Hoping to get some good growth from most of the squad this year, although Bobby Poynton has now peaked already at 68. Match tickets are in. Stadium maintenance is still quite high. And we are now spending £129,000 a week on wages. The most we ever have thus far in the save. 5 at the back for Wrexham. They haven't been starting their best 11 thus far this season. They are now playing their strongest possible 11. So they're 23rd in the league after 2 rounds of the League One season. And this is going to be more difficult to test than the other 2 teams that they've played have faced thus far. So I'm expecting this actually not to be that straightforward. We know our team is good enough to challenge for automatic promotion this year. Or at least, certainly, strong challenge. He's won the ball there, Ref. Just a telling off, fair enough. I did anticipate maybe there being an unnecessary red card there. We believe, really, we know that this side is capable of playoffs at least this season. And whether we can get ourselves into an automatic promotion spot remains to be seen. Obviously depends on those that have come down from the league above, because they were the ones that bossed the season last year at the top of the table with Huddersfield. Strike! Saved by Sam Walker and Rotherham. Cardiff came down. I can't remember who else came down. Oxford and Derby, I think. Maybe? No, Derby is still Championship. They were the only ones that stayed up, weren't they? Can't remember. Strike! 1-0 Wrexham. Lee Hojay gives them the lead at Stock Kairas. Bugger. Well up, Saxon. Well, Hayes under control. And Lee out wide to Halliday. Halliday tucking central. He's opened up for Tavide through the middle. You can't do that, Wrexham. You will get punished. We're level. Samson Tavide will take those chances every day of the week. The centre-back in the middle pushed to try and close down the man in midfield. Critical error. 1-1. Nicely done by Turret Right. Tavide's still just loitering. Round there is Tommy Lee in a good spot. Could tuck it back to a teammate. Or go for goal himself. Oh, awkward for a Quanquo down low. Thought it was just going to be straight up blocked, but they've done well to get something on it. Doyle Hayes delivers. Up we go, please, Mr. Fitzwater. Try again. I understand the call in the comments to just never cross the ball into the box at all, but because there is the potential of random knockdowns and goals still coming in a seemingly at least half organic manner, I am still going to cross most of my corners into the middle and look to still cross from out wide as well, because quite frankly, even though headers are broken, attacking headed shots are broken, you still get that little bit of randomness thrown in that could offer us a realistic goal. Samson Tavide doesn't care who he's playing against, he's just going to bag 2-1. Rathbone and Barnett and Dolby and through and goal. Lee Hojay levels it up at 2 apiece. That's a very impressive first time finish into the top corner. There were goals aplenty against Blackpool and could have been more than there have been already in this one, but now it's eclipsed it. 3 goals at Bloomfield Road, 4 goals at Stock Kairas. We're not even at half time yet. Oh, intercepted by Rory. Tavide's making the run. Was he onside is the question. Yes is the answer. Not so sure about goalkeeping animations on a Quanquo's part this time. Samson Tavide has his first hat-trick of the season. Bradford 3, Wrexham 2. There's Rathbone. Oh, perfectly timed. Brim onside and third for Wrexham. Completely breaking the defensive line entirely. Well and truly in behind. Nobody anywhere near him. Borderline offside. Linesman's flag stays down. Goal for Wrexham, and it's 3 apiece. Brim. Dinked. Flicked. Corner. I mean, it wasn't that good. I don't know why they're rushing to celebrate with Josh Flint for just winning a header. Early wins his header. Quick, let's go and celebrate with him, shall we? Up we go, please. Moylan, well up, lad. Dobra's underneath it. He's got the legs. And the pace. Go on, lad, off the bench here. I mean, half to himself. That'll do! How's that for an impact off the bench? That's exactly what we bought Armando Dobra for. Chesterfield to Bradford. Bradford, 2 match winners. Elliot Lee. Rathbone. Floated over. Lee wins the header. Wadsworth's coming across. Oh, great delivery. Would you believe it? 4-4. The weight of that delivery was unbelievable. The precision to just pick him out there in the 6-yard box away from everybody else is unreal. Elliot Lee, I think it was. It's just perfection. The touch is excellent on the knee. And then the finish was, well, quite routine from there. Ollie Rathbone makes it 4-4. Wow. Yep, typical game involving Wrexham, isn't it? Poynton looking for Moylan, who, well, hasn't covered himself in glory there. I think it's probably the most favourable way to phrase that. Dobra's done well, and he's got the legs to get to it. Can Moylan do better this time? Maybe. Maybe. Oh, forces the save. Trying to get a 5th here. Dobra with the delivery. It's not bad. That was nearly an own goal. It's full time is what it is. 4-4 away from home in North Wales. Told you it was going to be an entertaining season. 3-2 against Blackpool, 4-4 against Wrexham, and plenty more to come. Next game is a straightforward, hopefully, game against Wimbledon in the Carabao Cup. And we got through the first round on pens. We go out in the second round on pens. Goal scorers on this occasion were Moylan and Lee. Moylan apparently loves a goal in the Carabao Cup, but as of yet, no goals for him in the league, I don't believe. A new message from Saxon Early. He's probably going to be complaining that he didn't play. Oh, he wanted a rest, which is absolutely fine. Glad you're feeling better. He did need the rest, to be fair, as did a number of players that we rotated out there. So we're third in the table after 3 games, 2 victories and 1 draw. Bolton lead the way with 3 wins thus far. They're the only side with 100% records to this point. I would love to challenge for the top 2 this season. It would be right of us to do so, given the quality we have in the team right now. Still no real proper realistic interest in Lapsley, who was a player we would like to sell, and well, minimal interest in anyone really that we want to get rid of. Why? Just in the interest of time, for making sure you actually get a video at a responsible time today, we're going to sim this one against Northampton at home. It's a game we should expect to win. It's a game we draw by 2-2. Lee with a goal, Fosu with the equaliser of them. Lee with a brace, Fosu with a brace for them. All right, fair enough. 3 shots total each, 2 of them went in, and we haven't kept a clean sheet all season, I don't believe. Now, whether that's Sam Walker's fault, I don't know. I wouldn't anticipate it being Sam Walker's fault, but we absolutely, despite definite increases to the quality of the defence, we did keep a clean sheet against Plymouth, apparently. But other than that, plenty of goals conceded this year. 2-2 was the draw against Wimbledon, of course, in the Cup. Although, in both Cup games, it was the 81 rated youngster Corbyn that started. But still, a little concerned that we're conceding goals quite regularly. Not massively, but it's certainly something to keep note of moving forward. And maybe by January, we think about potentially switching things around. Ekitike from Frankfurt to Leipzig, Incapié from Leverkusen to Barcelona, and Maximilian Bayer from Dortmund to Atalanta are the 3 biggest deals on transfer deadline day thus far. I'm not anticipating a massive amount of business for us, but we do have players we would like to loan out if possible. Matthijs Tel from Juventus to Atletico Madrid. A bid for Bobby Poynton from Holstein Kiel. Holstein Kiel. Piss off. Ollie Watkins from Man United to PSG. Didn't see that coming at all. Still no other big deals on the day. A bid for Corbyn. Now, we did say ultimately with loan deals, if we can't get a realistic bid throughout the course of the window, I am happy for someone to go out on loan anywhere in terms of youngsters. And to be fair, Kieran Kelly left us on a free to go to Eintracht Braunschweig. So he will have a former Bradford City player to play alongside there. Ian Martson goes from Villa to Fulham for 51.3. New email from the chief executive, but that's probably just interesting. Wow. Ronnie Stutter might be leaving Burton to go to Berlin. That'd be quite the change for him. 34 million Illich goes to Wolves. Bulut has signed for Cardiff. £2.3 million paid for Cardiff City in this division, of course. Received offers. Corbyn is on his way to Braunschweig, we hope. Gabe Wadsworth is looking like he's going to go to Philadelphia Union as well. Now, I will just check what Wadsworth is on a week, because I might want to negotiate that wage-wise for my budget. Wadsworth, what are you on? 900 quid. That's fine. I don't mind delegating that and us covering all of his wages to go out there. That's not a problem at all. One more hour ticking by and hopefully more bids to go through. Still waiting for confirmation of that. Corbyn is still hopefully agreeing contracts or agreeing terms with Braunschweig, i.e. do you or do you not want to go to Germany, mate? Loan terms offered to Wadsworth. I don't know what, it takes you to the wrong page when you load that, which is annoying. I don't know if there's going to be enough time for that to go through now with just one more hour to tick past. Is there? This is probably going to be, it's the youngster Corbyn going out on loan. Good. Now, hopefully he'll grow well. Potential of the mid-70s. If he doesn't grow well, we will look to loan him again next year. And then hopefully Sam Walker will sign one more year's worth of an extension and we can sign a brand new starting keeper next year. But Braunschweig is the destination for Sebastian Corbyn here for 1 year's worth of loan. Another bid for Wadsworth. This time from Sligo Rovers, which is absolutely more agreeable. But too little too late. There's only an hour to go, mate. So, not getting done, is it? Gabe Wadsworth will stay with the club. 3 unread emails. Wadsworth loan rejected. Yeah, because the transfer window ended. Over £1 billion spent in the window all told. Of course, the moment that the window closes, then we get a bid for someone else. Although, again, continually, Jay Barber, we're not looking to move on. So, what happened elsewhere in the window? I'll go and sort the Patreon spreadsheet out so that those that moved there are updated, and then we'll give you a full transfer roundup. So, the biggest deal in this window was rather sizable. Rodrigo from Real Madrid to Newcastle United for, you can't quite see here, that says 185.9 million. Wow. 185.9 million pounds. Christ! Dusan Vlahovic moves from Liverpool to Villa. Pedro Porro, Tottenham to City. Szoboszlai leaves Liverpool to go to Arsenal. Antonio Nusa is a good signing for Barcelona. Jonathan Tah to Man United. Great signing there. Martinelli, Barcelona to Juve. He's moving all over Europe at the minute. Upamecano to Atleti. Grimaldo to Real Madrid. Obviously, that's a good signing for them. Although Grimaldo's probably in the latter stages of his career now, would be fair to say. Morten Hjulman goes to Palace from Sporting. Gutierrez to Tottenham. So a decent signing for them. Vitor Roque from Barca to Borussia. Jonathan David to Borussia Dortmund as well. Fratesi to Liverpool. Yusuf Fofana to Bournemouth. Christian Romero to Liverpool. Intriguing. From Barcelona. Dybala, Arsenal to Barcelona. Mikel Merino, Arsenal to Villarreal. Matthijs Tel we saw. I don't know anything of Marcus Leonardo, if I'm completely honest. That's not the button I wanted to press there. If I'm honest. View bio. 83 rated striker. All right. Andreas Skålsson, Blues to Marseille. Bayer we saw. Martson, Nkapie, Kangin Lee to Brentford. Ricky Pudge from Wolves to Marseille. Curtis Jones from Fulham to Roma. Surprised to see him leave Liverpool in the first place, let alone to Fulham and then to Roma. Endrick has left Real Madrid now. He's gone to Bayern. Arsenal have let Raya go. Lisandro Martinez to Newcastle from PSG. A lot of players are moving, but for the second time in just the third season, Ollie Watkins, Man United to PSG. Moussa Diaby, Al Ittihad to Napoli. Baturina from Dinamo Zagreb to Betis. Evan Nielsen moves to Monaco. Anything else of any note in there? Not that... Well, Luis Diaz leaves Liverpool to go to Leipzig. Just 29 years of age, 84 rated. That is a steal. Absolute steal. Romeo Lavia as well. 22, 81 rated, 35 million. Bargain. Kingsley Coman comes into the Premier League. Conor Bradley goes to Forest. Some unexpected ones in there. For sure. Mikel Oyarzabal normally goes to Arsenal. He's gone to Villa and then to Brentford in this save. Sorloth goes to Marseille. With regards to Patreon players, there have been a lot of moves there as well. 29 moves from the Patreon players. 29. Close to unprecedented, really. Middlesbrough to Espanyol for Will. Then Mansfield for Atleti. Portland Timbers for Stuttgart. Charlotte for Bilbao. And Barcelona for Leeds. Then we've seen Stade de Reims to Juventus. Waterford to Augsburg. West Ham to Atalanta. And a free agent Wilderness to FSV Mainz for Aiden to join Chris Hogan there. We've seen free agent to Western Sydney Warriors for Cam McLeod. Mulder to Bilbao for Connor. Watford to Stuttgart. Salford to Lazio. Huddersfield to Bologna. Free agent Wilderness to Werder Bremen. Doncaster Rovers to Frankfurt. Heavily German and Italian based, aren't they, this transfer window? Birmingham for Frankfurt. Chelsea for Inter. Chesterfield for Forest. Frankfurt for Nice. Someone leaving Germany to go to France. Free agent Wilderness to Palermo. Gillingham to Girona. Harrogate to Celtic. Liverpool to Augsburg. All of these permanents, none loans at this moment in time. Parma to Mainz. Salzburg to Mönchengladbach. Austria for Germany there. Reading for Sporting Lisbon. West Brom for Stade Bretois. And then PSG for Werder Bremen for Nicolas Saint. Everyone else is at the club they either started at or the club they previously moved to. And your overall ratings, I'll scroll through on the left-hand side. Again, please do feel free to come and join me on stream to have a closer look at your player if you would like to. I need to go through and remove some of the real-life players I've got on this list, although some are going to stay there for potential future transfer negotiations later in the season should we need someone in certain positions. There are a couple we've got our eyes on with regards to contract expiries as well. But turns out only that one bid for Tavide in the end, which is a surprise. I absolutely expected more to come in for him. He has potential of 76, Samson Tavide now. 76. And only the second team in Dortmund showed an interest in a man that scored 33 goals last year. I am shocked. Delighted, but shocked. So at this stage, we are not giving a shit about that competition because actually we've already bloody won it now, haven't we? At this stage, we are 4th in League One. Nobody now has a 100% record as Bolton drew their 4th match day. And we start the next month against 5th place Peterborough, who are threatened with relegation in real life. That's in the Cup, though. We've then Lincoln, Reading, Gillingham, Shrewsbury and Wickham in the remainder of the month. Like I say, this next episode will be on Wednesday, then Friday, but we'll upload over the weekend to make up for the lack of uploads during the week. Hopefully you enjoyed the transfer window. Hopefully we'll get bloody promoted this year. Do drop the video a like if you're enjoying. I'd very much appreciate it. Leave your comments and your feedback in the comment section down below. Subscribe to the channel to make sure you don't miss out on any more. And I'll see you Wednesday for the next episode. Ta-da, toodaloo, both in one. Well done, Obed.